Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nurul Alieya Batriesya Binti Awis Kranaen. My metric number is S67209. I will explain about the question for my individual assignment. For the first question, compute the planned wide predetermined overhead rate for April 2023. We need to use planned wide predetermined overhead rate formula, which is estimated factory overhead divided by estimated direct labor hour. According to the equation, factory overhead cost is 256,000 and divided by direct labor hours, which is RM 60,000. So the total for planned wide POHR is 60. For the second question, compute the overhead applied for job Y12, job D20 and job E33. To solve this question, we need to find the overhead applied for job Y12, D20 and job E33. And we need to find the total actual base using formula total actual cost divided by actual per cost. For the job Y12, the planned wide POHR is 611, which is RM 12,220 divided by 20. The overhead applied for these three jobs is same, which is 16. So for the job Y12, we get RM 9,776. For the job D20, the planned wide POHR is 403 and the amount for this job is RM 6,440. And for the last job, E33, the planned wide POHR is 182 and divided by 16 and the amount is 2,912. So the total overhead applied for these three jobs is RM 19,136. The equation C, compute the factory's actual overhead cost for the month. The overhead formula is indirect material plus indirect labor plus factory overhead. So we need to solve this question using the formula, which is RM 6,000 for indirect material, 5,000 for indirect labor, and in the factory overhead we have three items such as depreciation manufacturing assets RM 4,000, utility factory RM 3,600, and other factory overhead RM 3,200. So the total for actual overhead is 21,800. For the question D, compute the under or over applied manufacturing overhead for the month ended 30 April 2023. If the overhead applied is less than overhead actual, it's become under applied. But if overhead applied is more than overhead actual, it's become over applied. For this question, the actual overhead is RM 21,800 minus applied overhead, which is RM 19,136. So it's become under applied because the actual overhead is more than applied overhead. For the question E, compute the cost of goods manufactured for the month ended 30 April 2023. First of all, we need to add beginning work in process plus direct materials plus direct labor plus factory overhead and minus it with ending work in process. As we can see, the beginning work in process for Rose Manufacturing Company is 21,000. The exact amount of direct material is RM 174,000, which is we can get it from RM 180,000 minus 6,000. The direct labor for this company is 23,920. We can get it from RM 20 multiplied by 1,196. Next is factory overhead that consists with indirect materials with the amount RM 6,000, indirect labor with the depreciation for manufacturing asset is 4,000, utility factory is 3,600. Others factory overhead is 3,200. So the total factory overhead is 21,800. Thus, direct material plus direct labor plus factory overhead is 290,720 and plus the amount with beginning WIP, so the total is cost of work in process inventory RM 240,720, then minus it. And the last question is prepare income statement for RMC for the month ended 30 April if the under apply or over apply is adjusted to cost of goods sold. As usual, in the making of income statement, sales need to minus cost of sales and operating expense to get the net loss or net profit. For Rose Manufacturing Company, the sale is 120,000, then minus with cost of sales that consists with beginning finished goods 108,000 plus cost of good manufacture 91,660. From this equation, we can get the cost of finished good available for sales with amount 190,660, then minus with ending finished good inventory around 60,000. From this, we can get the cost of goods sold with the amount 137,660. Then we need to add the under applied overhead around 2,664. Thus, the total of adjusted cost of goods sold is 140,324. For this company, is experiencing the gross loss with the amount 20,324. Next, minus the operating expenses that consist selling and administrative salary RM 12,000, depreciation of selling and administrative assets RM 3,000, and advertising expenses RM 7,000. So the total of operating expenses is 22,000. Rose Manufacturing Company having net loss RM 42,324 for the month ended 30 April 2023. So that's all from me. Thank you.